Hello, welcome, 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 welcome. I am Shay Rippinger of Hip the Hoopla, and I am here to welcome you to the Hoop Love Y'all show, where I discuss with you health, humor, and hooping. And welcome. Tonight's theme, and when I say tonight, that's when I'm broadcasting, but you may be either watching this live and you may have a different time zone, or you may be watching the replay of this, in which either case, thank you so much for joining and spending your time here for a few minutes to learn some interesting things, go over some things you may already know, or just experience some fun, just something different. So, tonight's theme is focus, which it's a hilarious theme for me right now because today has been all about being out of focus. And so I'm trying to hone in my focus for the purpose of the show. I am looking to the side for my notes so that I can keep on track and on time. So stay tuned to the end because we're going to be doing a hoop bounce move, which I'm going to tease it just a little bit. It's going to look like so. And there's lots of different things that you can do with that hoop bounce move. And stay tuned and I'll give you some of those really quick fun hooping hacks, hooping tricks to do that hoop bounce move and why that fits in with the focus theme. Okay, so getting back to the regular show programming. So I go in 3 segments here with the health, humor, and hooping, and try and follow in that order. If you are live on the broadcast, shout in, comment. I'm live on Facebook and on YouTube as well. So do comment and comment on each other's comments and like the page if you haven't already, and follow and subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. And thank you so much already for the hearts out. Appreciate that. And okay, so why is today really funny? Okay, so today is the theme is focus, and like I mentioned before, that I've been a little out of focus, even like little blips of different things coming in. It has been extreme here for the weather here where we just moved to, and the weather has been extreme is a mild word for it. We have gotten literally in the past few days feet of snow. And I do mean that plural, as in like I think 3 feet of snow. And we already had a lot of snow. So I took this ridiculous picture of my husband, and the snow pile is just, it's insane out there. I wish I could show it to you, but it's just like anyway, we've been focused on that a lot, so it has drained a lot of my energy, a lot of my mental processing. You would think I would be out there and just like, yeah, I will be thinking about my show and I will be focused on all the things I'm going to talk about and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I wish that were the case, but it's becoming a little bit much with the excessive amounts of snow that we have. So anyway, okay, so one of the things that I felt like that I did that helped with focus today was that I think we all have routines. And this is kind of like the health, kind of life tip. But I'm going to throw this in the health category because it kind of relates, for me, it relates to the sanity of how to start my day. So I think we resonate with rituals and routine. So, it's fun to, start your day in just a haphazard mess. And, I shouldn't say a haphazard mess, but, get up, do what you want and all that kind of stuff. But sometimes, life just comes at you. But if you can kind of hone in on and focus in on your routine, that might be the only time of the day that you might get to focus. And it might be minutes. And when I say minute, it might just be 1 minute. Maybe it could be 10 seconds of even just taking a few deep breaths, maybe going through your gratitude list of just thinking of even just one thing that you're grateful for. Whatever that is, it helps start your day whenever that time that is. Some people have different shifts that they have to work and stuff like that. So it might be morning that you get up. It might be evening that you get up. It might, whatever you do in your day, might be different for different people. So, but for me, that ritual that I noticed one thing that I was trying to do for hi Lori, that I was trying to do for the show was just clear a little bit out. That's part of my ritual because I find that it's really hard to focus when you just can't see through things, when like literally there are so many distractions in your way that you can't focus on your actual goal of what you actually think is important that you want to get done and get accomplished. So I think for me, clearing space, again, that's a little bit of a life hack. But there's also some things that I like to do for health, for a health hack, if you will. And one of the things that is part of my ritual is doing an oil pull in the morning. So what is an oil pull, you may ask, if you've never heard of that before? It's where you swish some oil in your mouth, and it helps clean out your mouth. And you want to do this first thing in the morning, before you drink coffee, tea, whatever. And it helps get some of the toxins out of your body. And there's a lot about oral health and how that helps. And I had just before I left Colorado, I had just found, after 10, 15 years of searching for a really good dentist, I finally found a biodentist. And they were amazed at how long I had gone not seeing a dentist, because I couldn't find one that I like gelled and resonated with, that I liked. It's like finding a doctor, trying to find a good one is challenging. But anyway, it went to the magnitude of how important an oil pull can be, especially if you try and do it on a daily basis. I haven't been, since the move, doing it on a daily basis. I started trying to do it, and then I kind of fell off the wagon a little bit, but I'm trying to get back on the wagon and do it. So what I do is take, so just seriously, it's this basic. You get some oil, coconut oil. It doesn't have to be the fancy, liquid kind, because what happens is you just get regular coconut oil that comes in a solid form. If you're in a warm climate, if you do this with it, it won't be in a solid form. It'll be in a liquid form. So Lori, who's watching right now, we're both in cold climates, and we've both been working our hinds off trying to cut wood, shovel snow, do all that kind of stuff. Anyway, what you do with this is you take maybe about a teaspoon of this and let it melt. I like to melt it underneath my tongue, because I find that like when you do a homeopathic sublingual, you put it underneath your tongue, and that gets to the capillaries in your body really quick. And so what I do is I just melt the oil in my mouth, and then you swish it. So you're supposed to be swishing it for 20 minutes. And what they mean by swishing it is kind of like, if you have mouthwash, you'd be like, doing that. It doesn't have the sound effects with it, with the swish, 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 when you put a liquid in your mouth. So, and here's an important thing about an oil pull. So you want to make sure not to spit it down your drain. Okay, so Laura's commenting, we sure have. I love doing oil pulling. Yes, and I keep learning more and more about this and the benefits of it, and it's fabulous. Again, right, Dennis really was a testament to how really fabulous that had been for me personally, to keep my mouth in shape, even between long dental visits in between. So anyway, but make sure you do not spit the oil down the drain, because it can clog up your drains, because you don't want to put oil down your drains. So what I do with it is I take like a little, I reduce, reuse, recycle, do all that kind of good stuff. And I will take a bag, it might be a bag that something came in that's a Ziploc bag, a packaged something or other. So to be able to reuse it, I just take that, spit my oil out in there, and then zip it. And I usually, have that for about a week, and then I throw it out at the end. So, maybe you can throw it in the garden. Maybe it has other purposes. I'm not sure. But anyway, make sure that the pets don't get to it or whatever. Not that it's dangerous for the pets, but you don't want them to have the bacteria built up or whatever. And I'm not sure how that would affect the garden or what have you. And again, I'm using. You can get an organic, or the cold pressed, unrefined. There's all sorts of kinds that you can get. So there's different brands. So anyway, I try and go with as much non-GMO, genetically modified stuff as possible. So if you're interested in labels, that little U.S. organic. There's my little Midwestern accent coming out. I did say I deal with humor in this. Organic. This is my little Chicagoan nasal accent coming out. It's become more and more pronounced as I'm aging. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Anyway, my husband's on the other end of this wall, so I'm like getting weird. Like it's like I feel like I'm actually talking to somebody right now, or having somebody judge me. I'm not sure. Anyway, okay. So oil pull number one. That's the health tip for the day. So give that a shot. Maybe put it in your morning ritual if that works for you. But again, it helps to do it in the morning because you want to get the toxins out before you eat, before you brush your teeth, and then you can brush your teeth after that. And also, one of the tips that I had read was to gargle with some warm salt water afterwards. So after you've spit your oil out, not down the drain, but in like a little bag or something else that you throw out, get in the garden, do whatever with just some warm. It doesn't have to. Don't make it hot water, but warmer so that the salt dissolves. And it's really good to swish that around, get that in between the teeth. It's that's really helpful for good oral hygiene, and a lot of your health issues start with good oral hygiene. So as any dentist will tell you, because that's what they study and learn and promote. So and I'm not a dentist, but I do like to have healthy teeth. So alrighty, so so start out with that in the day, and then do that gargle with a warm salt water, swishing it around in the mouth, rinsing the mouth out with it, and then you can spit down the drain. So anyway, okay, so spent a lot on that topic. All right, so moving on to the humor part of this, I wanted to do a laughter yoga exercise with you guys, and do this along with me if you can, because it's fun. It lightens, it might be the time of the day that either A, you get silly, or B, breathe, focus on you, have a little, mental focus time. Hey, and by the way, part of this focus, this is number 4 of 4 series, and it's the flow series for February, and that is dedicated to my Fab over 40 hoop group, hoop community on Facebook. So that was inspired by them. It is dedicated to them, and so anyway, that's my way of participating in the Flow February type of thing. So and if you want to go back to the past 3 episodes, I covered ebb and flow, immersion, in the zone, and today is the 4th one, is the focus. So all of these they go in with flow, part of the definition, and as I perceive it and stuff like that. So I did look it up, I did a little research, and putting my little twist and take on things too. So anyway, back to the laughter yoga exercise. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this into a focus thing. I've got like typing going on in the background here, so it's like, again, anything that you can try and do to bring in focus is really helpful, because when you're trying to stay focused, sometimes distractions take you out of that so easily, and I'm such an easily distracted person. So anyway, this is going to be funny. There's a little bit of an inside joke, of which I will explain. But what we're going to do is we're going to do kind of a diamond pattern with our fingers here. And so coming from Colorado, there's a band out there called 303, and this is the symbol, because there's 3, and then there's an O, and then there's 3. Anyway, what I'm doing this as a diamond pattern, although there's a shout out to the Coloradans, although now I'm an Idahoan, so technically I'm a hoe? No, just kidding, that is not true. But anyway, part of the humor of the show. Anyway, you're going to take your diamond pattern here, and we're going to just put it towards the center of the head. And so like what I like to do is try and bring the thumbs to basically like the third eye position. And so you can think of that. And we're going to be smiling during this exercise, right? Seriously. And we're going to just take 3 deep breaths in here as we focus in on that smile. And you can close your eyes on this if you want, and really just focus on this third eye point where your thumbs are. And you don't have to dig your nails into this part, but you're just going to take a nice deep breath in, and then exhale it out. Inhale it in, focus and smile, and then exhale it out. And one more time, inhale it in, and then exhale it out. Focus, and then we're going to release that out, and you can just release the hands down. At the end of the laughter yoga exercises, what we do is we take our hands nice and wide and big. We do this twice. We go very good, yay, very good, yay. And of course, do that with me if you can. So anyway, group participation is highly encouraged. So and comments and thumbs up and all the hearts, and I really appreciate all of that. It's very nice to have people watching, people enjoying this, people getting things out of this. All right, so moving right along, because I'm trying to keep focused on my time as well, and I'm doing pretty good at this right now. Okay, we're gonna work on that hoop bounce, which I promised and I teased you with at the beginning of the show. Okay, so what the hoop bounce is, I'm gonna actually grab my smaller hoop to demonstrate this. This is an off-body move. It's going to look like this. So one of the reasons why I have this as a focus exercise is because to make this work, you're going to focus on the hoop. So you're gonna like visually focus on it, because like let's say you're performing in front of other people, you want to have your audience looking at what you want them to look at. So you're training them to do this. So this is going to try and move my chair in because it's a big fluffy piece of sheepskin here. Getting out of focus. So getting back to focus. See, and that's the thing. It's kind of like meditation. When you meditation, some people think that they can't meditate because that too many things go in and out of their mind. I know my mother-in-law is always saying that, and I'm always telling her, the point of it is that yes, that happens. And the whole point of meditation, or one of the points that I resonate with, is that you bring back to focus. So you focus on the breath as you're breathing, and you can use breath work in this hoop move as well. So you can inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. What you're doing with this hoop move is you're taking and you're thinking about this being a V. So you're going to start, think of your hoop in quadrants, top, bottom, side to side, but you can also think of this as a steering wheel. When they teach you in driver's ed, they teach you that your hands should be on the 10 and 2 positions. So whichever way you're looking at the camera at the moment, 10 and 2 or 10 and 2 this way. So what you're going to do is you're going to have one hand on it. So right now I'm using my right hand, and I'm going to direct this down, and you're going to kind of do a V pattern. So, and your hand's going to switch on the hoop. So you're going down and up and down and up. So as you're doing this, your hand is rotating slightly as you're hitting the bottom of that V and coming back up. So down, up, down, up. That's the slow-mo version of it. Down, up, down, up. Now, that's the mechanics of the move with the single hand. Now, what you want to do with the other hand, rather than just like hang it out here, or the worst thing you can do in hooping is the T-Rex position. Okay, we call this T-Rexing, is when your hands are like this. When both hands, it's awful. But don't worry if you're doing that. It's okay, we all do it at some point. Some of us more than others. But if you can focus on getting some of these little extra techniques down, that will help your overall hooping mechanics. So what you're going to be doing with this hand is guiding it. So you can take a breath with this, like, okay? So that's what I mean by that breath work. But it's almost like, so what I'm doing with the hand is, it's not just this. So this is a cool move on its own, but when you down, it's as if you have a magic string that's pulling the hoop. So you're focusing on almost the illusion of this move as being even cooler than it already is. So, and then when you add that third element which is where you visually focus on this, where I'm like, wow. Do this in front of little kids, and they're just like, this. And my other one my favorite is doing this one for little kids, is doing trips them out. It's really fun. So anyway, try that, and of course whatever you do in one hand, try it in the other hand. So my left hand I don't practice with as much sometimes, but although this one is a fairly gentle, first of all, it's gentle. So if you are recovering from anything, this is one of your gentler moves to do. And so, like, you know, for Lori and I, we're moving around wood and snow and all this kind of stuff. We need some gentle hoop moves. So, you know, we don't need to do all the jumpy, jumpy stuff and, you know, like whippy, whippy, jumpy, jumpy, smacky, smacky. So, you know, doing something like this in your flow and keeping it nice and gentle is a nice thing. So, whatever you do in one hand, you can do in the other hand. And this one already has a reverse in there. So you're taking it down, and nobody says that you have to keep going with this. You can, you know, you can take this and go from, you can do forward, back, you can probably bounce it behind you. You can do all kinds of stuff. So your imagination is the limitation of what you can do with this. Oh, I'm glad you love it, Laurie. It's a fun one. It's just fun. And you think of it as, I think of, you know, I visualize a lot of different things. I love this one as, it's kind of like a basketball dribble move. There's another way that I use dribbling in as a metaphor of how to accomplish a hoop move, and it's with doing doubles and doing the dribble move like this. But I like this because it's kind of like, it reminds me of the Harlem Globetrotters, of the do 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 do. Okay, don't kill me with the copyright on that music. So anyway, so you can also take this into a transition where you bounce it and then catch it. So again, other variations of what you can do with this, you know, again, it could be a very simplistic move unless you make it a more challenging move. You can take and get some circles in with this and get some different hoop bounces in. So nobody said it had to be in a V. You can get it around in a circle and then go into a V. So there's lots of variations with this. Give it a try. Throw it in your flow and focus on it and see what it does for your flow to add in. Okay, so I am trying to stay focused and keep on time. I was pretty good, right? Just a tiny bit over, but I'm pretty happy with that. Plus, I got to engage with comments, and so that is really awesome. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for enjoying this series, and catch the other 3 episodes that went along with this flow series. So there were 4 of them, and again, if you haven't already liked or subscribed on YouTube and liked the Facebook page and all that kind of stuff, please do that. Sharing is caring, so if you can share the video, that is awesome as well. So I try and come to you every week and be consistent and focused and bring you the health, humor, and hooping. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being here. Lori, Bill, everybody that's been here and has been very supportive over all of this time. We're on episode number 56. I'm very excited about that. All right, so, all right. Shout out. Now I'm in the 208. I don't even know how to do that one as a hand gesture signal. So anyway, all right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Rock on. Peace out. Bye.